Well, hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight here on our opportunity presentation with Ricia Adair. My name is Paula Snow-Keough. I'm a Senior Vice President here at Partner Co. And we are so happy that you're here live with us tonight or even watching the replay, because this is an opportunity for you to be able to learn how Partner Co is going to change your life, your health, and your wealth. I'm going to tell you all about Ricia Adair. She is a former trainer and owner of a small business marketing company. It was a school for 25 years in our industry. She climbed the ranks of Partner Co. in 13. She climbed 13 ranks in only 7 months. She achieved number three in all of Canada, and she's currently number 38 in the entire world, number 19 in North America, and number five in Canada, and now holds the rank of president. So please welcome Ricia Adair.
Paula, thank you so much, my beautiful co-host. Welcome, everybody. We're going to go through the information because I can hardly wait to introduce to you our special guest speakers. We've got a great lineup. Paula, do you know how great this lineup is tonight?
I do know how great this lineup is tonight. I know plenty of these ladies, and I'm thrilled that we're all on this call tonight. We are a wonderful team of leaders.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me share my screen and get this party underway. Just give me a moment to deal with my technical stuff. And do we have any Americans with us in the house tonight? No
We
Americans
I
tonight?
just Tara living in Maui.
Okay, Tara, did you want me to go over the US information or do I stick to the Canadian slides?
The Canadian's fine. I have someone that's joined the call that's in Canada, and I'm happy actually to see the Canadian side of it because I see the US a lot.
Okay, great. I'm going to
Thank
jump
you.
over any slide that's particular to the US and just focus on the Canadian ones. Well, here we go. As Paula mentioned, we have something to share with you. It's all about your health and all about your wealth. And you know, the two go hand in hand because the people that undergo certain stress in life usually is financial related, and also it directly affects their health. So we're going to share with you an amazing company. It's called Partner Co. The products that we're going to share with you have changed countless people's lives, including my own and our guest speakers that you're going to hear from tonight. Our mission is to power health and prosperity around the world, and that is so very true from our amazing owners. This is my home. It's my dream home in Manzanillo, Mexico. Barb's on the call with us, and I'm hoping that her and her girlfriend are going to come and stay with us very soon. As a matter of fact, we have brand partners Bridget and Roger staying with us right now in one of our villas. This is called Casa 700 Mangoes. It's a really silly name for a boutique resort. So you're just going to have to come. I'll feed you dinner and I'll tell you the whole story. But this is our dream home. When we arrived here 2 years ago, we were so excited. But at the same time, we were so surprised because when you leave a house unattended in the tropics for months and months, bad things happen, like really bad things. We went through $60,000 in 6 weeks, getting things under repair, getting things ready for the upcoming rental season. It was amazing how the trades just took our money and throw into the mix that our lawyer stole $23,000 of closing costs. So that led to terrific anxiety for me. No matter how many times I walked that beautiful beach, swam the ocean, went up and down my stairs, I gained so much weight. I was at the point of high anxiety, borderline depression, which is like crazy because I'm supposed to be living the dream. And what did I do? I resorted to comfort foods like chocolate cake and ice cream. If you came over at any time, there would be four kinds of pies in my freezer and at least four kinds of ice cream. And that's what I did, sometimes twice a day. So Mike said, you know, Ricia, this is kind of getting out of hand here. Well, you need to see Dr. Tom. So we called up Dr. Tom, and yes, they do make house calls in Mexico. He reviewed my situation, gave me the diagnosis in a couple of days, came back to me and he said, Ricia, without a doubt, you have a serious case of FFB. And Mike goes, you know, because Mike was a pre-med student and he knew all a lot about various different viruses. And he says, what the heck is FFB, Dr. Tom? And Dr. Tom says, Ricia, you're fat from being broke. And that just confirmed everything I knew until that beautiful call came in very soon after on April 17th from Chris and Joni Fudd, my good buddies, Canadians who lived in Costa Rica. And Joni probably saw a fat picture of me on Facebook, and she saw that the twinkle in my eye wasn't exactly there. And she said, Ricia, you need to know about these drops. You need to take the drops. Well, remember what I said? I was broke. I was so broke. Never been that broke in my life. It was like crazy because we're living the dream. First voice said, you need to buy these drops. Second voice said, you don't have the money, girl. Third voice said, find the money from somewhere. So I found enough money to buy 2 months of drops. Well, actually, one for me and hopefully one to sell and make some profits so I can continue my little escapade. Joni said, Ricia, there's so many people, thousands that have had amazing testimonials with the hormonal body balancing drops. All you have to do is share some of these people's stories on Facebook and watch the magic happen. Coincidentally, on April 22nd, my drops arrived at the door. There I am posting a picture. Yay, my drops have arrived. You'll see at the bottom right, 59 comments, of which 20 new customers came to me and said, I need that product. 6 new brand partners. And this is basically my third post because I posted the first 2, one of Kim Gray and the second of Michelle, and the third was of my own. I've never been in an industry ever in all my years of marketing that people came out of the woodwork and said to me, I want that product. So now that I see this happening, I've got to set some goals. I set a 5-figure goal to come true for September 15th. It actually came true July 15th. And now I thought, okay, I am going to set some serious 1-year goals. There's a lot of things that need to be done around this property. As a matter of fact, it's kind of a handy thing to have a fridge in a rental villa, wouldn't you agree? So we needed 3 fridges, including in my own house. There's my beautiful Sarah. She's my housekeeper. I love her to bits. And I really like my husband. I love my husband. I love my dog, but I love that appliance. I just love my fridge so much. 3 new fridges in the villas. That came true in 7 months. We completely painted the home, brought in professional paint crews to splash color all over. And we needed to get into some eco-friendly air conditioner systems because the current ones we had were hogging our power. And power, there's some people from Mexico on the call with me tonight. We all know that CFE is a pretty expensive power company. So we had eco air conditioning systems. We bought Mike a new motorcycle. And this was a 2-year goal. We actually accomplished building a new pergola in the lower level on the 7th month as well. I'm not saying this to impress you, but impress upon you that if it hadn't been for all the income that came from the Partner Co business, and again, I didn't think I was starting a business. I thought I was retired, but we can all agree that retirement is an income. It's not an age, right? So when this earthquake happened on December 24th, my guests were arriving January 2nd in both villas, and I had to make that phone call to tell them, we're really looking forward to seeing you, but guess what? The pool's broken. That wasn't an easy call to make. Thanks to Partner Co, I was able to get a expedited crew in, fix the pool, and celebrate the new opening on January 14th. Again, we would have lost the hotel business of this property had it not been for Partner Co to save my bacon on that one. My husband is really happy because what I'm bringing in a week is more than his police pension after 42 years in a month. So it's amazing how my life changed. You're going to see my health testimonial in a minute. But I got an email to say congratulations, you qualified to go to Punta Cana and all expenses, 5-star diamond resort vacation. They paid for everything, all our meals, the zip lining. Oh my God, I was so scared. I was so scared, but we had fun. And there was 178 of us in Punta Cana, of which half of us were brand new in the business within our first 4, 5, 6 months. I never thought I would qualify for Punta Cana, but all of a sudden, I was there. Here's my health testimonial. That was me. Yep, pretty big girl, size 18 on the left. And coincidentally, the same day that Wendy sent me that picture, I was wearing the same dress down to size 18. You can notice the dress is all puckered underneath my left arm there. My transition happened in 90 days. I went from very anxious and full of depression into happy and joyous. I no longer had the owies in my fingers and my toes and my lower back. I'm going to tell you about MOA in a minute. I went from size 18 to size 8. Thank goodness I kept those 5 suitcases of my skinny clothes from years gone by. And I'm in a state of joy. I have no pain. I've just celebrated my 67th birthday. My life is completely changed. That picture on the left was taken at our going away party in Souk, Vancouver Island. And here I am. I'm just loving my life. I feel like I've got my mojo back. I feel like I'm sexy again, right? So this is what it does for us. It gives us our independence, our mobility. The workers were here today, and he's seen me going up and down from one garden level to another garden level, carrying bags of dirt and so on, shovels and this. He said, Ricia, do you have batteries in your back? Like, he says, you're amazing. And I said, you know, his name is Rambo. Rambo, I've got more energy than a 35-year-old. It's absolutely amazing how these products actually work for us. Thanks to Darren Zobrist, John Wadsworth, our 2 owners that came together and bought 5 companies that all had stellar products. John was very connected to one of the companies where he built his own legacy. He had he was working with Noni for years and years. And the 2 of them came together and bought the 5 companies. We're completely debt-free. We're close to $400 million in annual sales. We came together calling us Partner Co, simply better together. There's some mics open there, Paula, if you don't mind muting the mics. Thank you. We have today a situation that our grandparents never knew about. As a matter of fact, 90% of the diseases we have today didn't exist 90 years ago. 90% of the food that we eat today was not in the stores 90 years ago. There's a systematic poisoning in the foods we eat, in the water we drink, the air, the chemtrails, what we put on our skin. It is a 21st century problem. Add to this the great addition of sugar in all of our products. And the fact that most of what we eat today is not even food anymore, but food-like products. I read labels and I am blown away at how many products have sugar in it. Like, why do you have to put sugar in a cracker? But, you know, it goes on. Salad dressing, it just goes on. And that sugar becomes a crazy addiction that in turn causes disease. It all contributes to your hormonal imbalance. Throw in stress, fatigue, all of those others. Leptin, insulin, ghrelin, and cortisol are just a few of the hormones that influence our appetite, our metabolism, and our body fat distribution. We need to get our hormones back into balance so that we can function as healthy human beings. Up until I started working with Partner Co, I had no idea that these symptoms were directly relatable to hormonal imbalance. I chalked it up to getting old, right? But how many of us have experienced these same situations? Mood swings, low libido, headaches, night sweats, food cravings, especially for the sugars and the carbs, hot flashes, acne, insomnia, fatigue and tiredness, weight gain. If you are a dropper and you had these, I want you to think back to day 1. And if you're a guest, I'd like you to think back to exactly this morning. Anybody 1 to 3, put 3 in the chat that experiences these symptoms. Anyone from 4 to 7, put 7 in the chat. And anyone from 8 to 10, put 10 in the chat. At the time that Joni called me, I was at a 9. And again, I just thought it was because of getting old. We have amazing products. You're going to hear from our guests tonight. Our products make a great difference in how we feel. Very seldom have I ever taken any products that I actually notice a difference. I notice that my fingers don't ache anymore. I notice that I have so much energy to go up and down my stairs. I notice like things are crazy. I notice that I sleep really well and wake up early before the alarm goes off. This too is what you're going to notice. We have an amazing scientific team on board. Dr. Joshua Plant actually graduated from Harvard in biomedical sciences with a PhD in 3 years with honors. Get that, 3 years with a PhD. Dr. Ray Strand, Chief Medical Officer, known worldwide for his many books on preventative medicine. The whole team are PhDs, nutritionists, naturopaths. Together, they oversee 1,040 annual quality tests to ensure that the quality that we promise you is the quality inside every single bottle. There's over 215 plus published clinical studies on the products that we have. Dr. Alberto Pina, bottom right, he is a world's leader gastrointestinal doctor. He is the one speaking on the stage while the other doctors in the auditorium are taking notes. He is also the inventor of our amazing probiotics product. We have a wellness council that constitutes of several doctors and wellness practitioners, Dr. Crystal Vance including. We have an athletic council that advises the owners on various products for better performance. Brett West is a world's leader on Tahitian noni. We're loaded with so much science. But what got me excited, in addition to the drops helping me feel better, is the fact that I can be in my little office in Manzanillo and I'm able to extend out to 50 countries. Just as you, imagine that you did one of the posts. Our system is very easy. It takes 20 minutes to teach you. And somebody from Italy responded and said, can I get the drops in Italy? You send them a smart link. They click on the link. The European office fulfills the order. You get paid next Friday. It's completely seamless. There are no international business licenses, no business tax numbers. We're able to do business in 50 global markets, soon to open up a huge market in the country of India. I'm going to share with you very briefly some of my favorite products. Of course, I'm not going to spend the time to do 100, but I'm going to share with you some of my faves. The Skincerity breathable roll-on skincare mask is the only one of its kind in the world. It was created in 2005 by a team of dermatologists for patients with bad skin, primarily burn victims. This roll-on product is absolutely amazing. What it does for all kinds of skin issues. Again, we don't profess to heal or cure, but it's really synchronous how people just start to have amazing results. Marlene there with her situation with her legs, eczema, adult acne, stretch marks, signs of aging, rosacea, surgery scars. When I was in Winnipeg, my sister was taking chemo medicine. Her hands were raw. The palms of her hand were red raw and the palms of her feet red raw. So painful. I rolled her one night. The next day she was pink. We were both in awe at this amazing product. I love it. It should be in your medicine cabinet and it should be in your beauty cabinet. Now, I wish I had an hour just to talk to you about noni. Noni is the most efficacious fruit in the world. It is a super food. The best noni comes from the Tahitian, French Polynesian islands because of the volcanic growing conditions there. Noni is your army of soldiers that's going to protect your body for overall health and wellness. It supports your healthy immune system, boosts your energy and endurance, sustain your joint health. Imagine going up and down the stairs and having joint ease, in and out of your truck, in and out of an airplane. It's all of that mobility that we'd love to have like we were young again. Healthy cardiovascular system. The noni is just one of those products. In the picture here, it's shown with the travel pack, but we also have the Noni Max and the regular noni, and it's one of my go-tos every day. I don't get sick, guys, in this time of the FOPs, fresh off the plane. That's it. They're coming off that plane in droves, landing in Manzanillo Airport, and they're bringing with them their colds and their flus and their viruses. And I'm completely immune to it, it seems, because I just have that army of soldiers protecting me. We have a complete line of amazing nutritionals. The probiotics has a blend of 15 pre and probiotics and billions of strains of it. We need to pay attention to our gut. It's our second brain. It's a slow release capsule in a special patented bottle to protect the product in extreme heat situations. It's amazing what it will do to get your body regular again. It's an integral part of your entire wellness program. Omega Q for your brain, for your heart. Rejuvenex, in Mexico, we call it the Amplify, and that is for your extra energy, for your brain. Optimal M's for minerals, Optimal V for vitamins. It should be taken as a pair. Those are vitamins and minerals for your eyes, for your lungs, for your muscles, for your bones. It's an amazing duo. Vinali is our bestseller out of France and China. And you're going to see many testimonials coming up, and nobody has saggy skin from all this healthy weight loss because we take Vinali. Vinali is our super product that is going to help you with skin tightening. It's loaded with an organic grapeseed extract, vitamin C. So a lot of people are reporting back they no longer suffer from allergy symptoms, which is really cool. MOA on the right is the second product that I bought. My friend recently said to me, Ricia, for that owie situation in your fingers and toes you're talking about, you got to have the MOA. It's 36 superfoods in a liquid pouch. I like it cold. And lately I found out, get this, guys, that the MOA with the Tahitian noni tastes so amazing. So I actually blend the two of them in the morning in my little shot glass so I can be grown up like the big guys. But there's 36 superfoods coming from exotic locations, and all of these are targeted towards amazing results, including my own with my owies. No more owies, and I walk around in flip-flops all day long. This lady had a surgery that went south on her after just a few days of drinking the MOA. She went back to happy feet. I'll tell you about James Scott's story as we come up to his picture and his amazing testimonial on the MOA. Now, we do like to teach about a low glycemic food program. It's a healthy program. It's a healthy living program, healthy eating. But every now and then you're going to want to go for pasta to your favorite Italian restaurant or Uncle Henry's birthday. Sugar Stop is an amazing product. It's a powder, tastes like mango. Drink it in your water. And what it does is blocks a good part of the sugars from sucralose, or rather from white sugar, and also sugars created by carbs. So it blocks a good percentage of those sugars from spiking your bloodstream. Now, Advantages is so amazing. If you love Advantage, I want you to put 10 in the chat right now. Okay, this is such a great product. It's a capsule and it increases your metabolism. It burns calories 10 times more so you get leaner faster. For me, I noticed that the love handles around my waist and hips are pretty well gone. It reduces that stubborn visceral fat. So again, slimming your waist and hip area, activates fat burning cells. It's just one of those amazing products that lends to amazing metabolism as well as energy and let go of that hard to lose fat. I want to introduce to you my breakfast. It is the Slenderies Pure Nourish. That is our 18 grams of protein. It has a really nice flavor to it. It has so many minerals and vitamins, pre and probiotics, that if all of the nutrition should disappear tomorrow and you had clean water, you would be plenty nutrified with your Pure Nourish protein meal replacement shake. It is pea protein, not whey or soy protein. Very important to add. I happen to like chocolate, so I always add the cocoa in Mexico, and in Canada it's called Power Boost. So I have that also in my coffee, makes for an amazing cup of coffee. Giving Greens is our very tasty green drink. And soon we're going to be talking to you about the drops. But first, let me share with you this product that helps me sleep so well. I call it the Fountain of Youth in a box. It is called Renew. Renew has 2 international patents. It's the only product of its kind in the world. And I know I say that, but I mean it, because we have outstanding products that you notice the difference. When you take Renew, you're going to notice that deep REM sleep. It helps teach your body to open the pathways and create more HGH, human growth hormone. Why do we need that? Well, for an improved body composition, bone mineral density, increase lean body mass, lower your bad cholesterol, better your heart health, help tissue grow and rejuvenate. And again, many people say again too, increase libido and deep REM sleep. I love this product. I drink it before I go to bed. We just released Max 2O. We all know that drinking water is a very important part of your daily life. If you're in a weight loss program, super important to drink your 8 glasses of water. Many of us do not. Why? Because it's boring. People don't like drinking water because they have to go to the bathroom and all those things. Well, how about something that tastes amazing? Max 2O tastes like mango. It's amazing. It replenishes the electrolytes to restore your balance, optimize your body's hydration. It has 3 ingredients, potassium, magnesium, and sodium, and tastes amazing. And this product, Everglow, was just also introduced to us in Dallas at our recent PXP conference. And it is a collagen product. It's a marine collagen with no shellfish, which is really important. We all know that age comes, or the signs of aging comes from actual aging itself and UV damage. This reduces and combats the signs of UV damage, rejuvenates skin, hair, and nails, replenishes hydration. And this takes an amazing team of scientists to take fish to taste like fresh peaches off the tree. It's amazing taste. People are now having experience of the Everglow after 2 months from getting it at our last convention. And we're seeing some amazing testimonies in their face, in their neck, even the wrinkles in their upper arms. It's an amazing product. You'll love it. So let's look at some sad statistics here, but Canada, US, and Mexico are in the highest in obesity and overweight in the world. With that lends to very many diseases, including diabetes, fibromyalgia, stroke, heart disease, thyroid disorder. The list goes on and on and on. Why? Well, many of us have a lot of stress and we don't know how to control it. And many of us are addicted to sugar because, again, we talked about that earlier, how it's so infused into our foods. We need a tool. We need some help. And this help is called our Slenderies Day and Night Drops. Now, I'm going to take an interlude here. There are 3 drop formulas in the world because of different government bureaucracies and restrictions and criteria and so on. I have had my experience with the Mexico pre-meal night drops for the last year and a half. I've lost 34 pounds and maintaining the loss. I love it. I feel great. Awesome energy. Many of my friends have experienced the Slenderies Accelerate USA product and have had the very same results. And many of my friends have had the Canadian Day and Night Drops. This is also a European formula. It's manufactured in Ireland, in Europe, actually. So they're all different ingredients, different formulas, but they all achieve the same results. You are going to lose twice the amount of weight as diet alone, clinically proven, created by doctors, backed by science, all natural, safe, and effective, and they are stimulant and hormone free. Very important. And what will the body balancing drops do for you? Balance your hormones, right? Rapid weight loss. And I'm going to throw in healthy weight loss, control your appetite, stop sugar cravings. That's so important because I have not had sugar since I started my drops. And I was so addicted. Helps with migraines, better sleep, improve libido. How about having more energy? Wouldn't that be nice? Improve your digestion, control your mood swings, lift that brain fog, clarity and memory, improve your immune system, reduce inflammation. I have had so many testimonials about how the drops have helped them in non-scale wins. I want to share with you this picture because 3-4 months ago, Mike and I went on an amazing vacation to the state of Guerrero to this park called 1,000 Waterfalls. We had gone down the trail on one side of the river. There were heavy rains prior to us getting there, so the river was rushing. And there was different things to do, jump in a pool and swim. Mike jumped over one of the waterfalls and so on. And then at a certain point, we crossed the river and the guide, Freddie, says to me, we're going to walk up river. And you can't see, because it's rushing water. It's fairly deep. It's about 2-3 feet deep. And we're going to climb up about 14 waterfalls to get to the mother. Now you can see in the picture on the left that the mother is in the distance. We climbed up all these waterfalls to get to her. And I was going, wow. The girl who was size 18, 34 pounds heavier, never, ever, ever would have done this. I would have stayed in the car. I would have stayed at the coffee shop. This was one of the best moments of my life, to climb up all those waterfalls and get to the mother of that waterfall. Wow. So again, we are changing people's lives. We're getting our mojo back. We're getting our energy back, and we're doing exciting things, adrenaline moments that we would never have if we stayed in the same body that we've become. I also want to celebrate. This is my 561st day without sugar. So happy, so happy. I gave my maid a Fanta today, and she said, why don't you have one? I said, no, I don't want it. I'll take some water. I don't need the Fanta, right? No sugar. We have sold over 1 million bottles because people are having amazing results. We've had this on the market well over 14 years. Now we're going to encourage you to adapt to our approved food list. You'll notice that the biggest part of the list is a lot greater on the you can rather than the cannot in the bottom right. My team had prepared this amazing buffet in Parksville. Everything on this table is Everything on this table is, sorry, I've got a marker coming up here. Everything on this table is actually on plan. There was nothing on this table that had sugar in it or that wasn't on plan. Absolutely amazing. The food was so delicious. We do not go hungry on this project, on this program. It is not a lifestyle, not a fad. Do you know that eating clean is really going to help you put your hormones back into balance? And our drops help you do that. It's amazing. People even eating clean before the program start the drops and find out how much better they feel. Exercise 15 to 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week, drink your water, and watch your body transform in 28 days. Now I'm going to share with you some pictures of friends of mine, many of whom have been on my calls, shared with me their testimony, and you're going to see some amazing results. James Leponsi. Yes, guys, you have hormones too. 47 pounds in 4 months. The guy on the right looks like a younger brother of the dude on the left, right? Sharon Smith out of Port Alberni. She went from double XXL to size 4. Dr. Crystal lost an entire person, always battling with weight issues and autoimmune disorders. Dale Rumming, 60-day transition. Robin, professional athletes, they need hormone help too, right? Tammy Frankfurt, the girl on the left doesn't look like she needs to lose weight, but the girl on the right is now a professional athlete. She's a runner. She's 58 years old, and she feels absolutely amazing with her body. Julie Park was very sick with sepsis and all kinds of other things, on all kinds of meds, while Julie is now very, very healthy on the drops, mother of 5. Sheila Pelletier had surgery, or rather I should say she had cancer and chemo as well as radiation. She was in a bad way. She lost her joie de vivre and she gained a lot of weight from the medicines as well. She lost 25 pounds and got her joie de vivre back. Wendy from Winnipeg, you can see the difference from August 22nd to October 9th, the incredible transition that happened for her as well. And her energy level, she's in her 70s, her energy level is through the roof. Chris Bailey had Lyme disease, struggled. The doctors kept wanting to put him on one pill after another, which was making him more and more sick. And now he's happy with the drops. He needs to get his jacket tailored. Bo Jurcevic, so many more things, non-scale wins, hair thick and healthy, nails strong and healthy, skin is silky and smooth. People are celebrating so many things with the drops. Selena, her A1C numbers went way down with her diabetes. The doctor took her off her diabetic medicine as well as her high blood pressure medicine. She looks like she's 30 years younger. Anne and Chad together lost 125 pounds. Chad is off of 12 medications. Leanne Boyd out of Vancouver Island was suffering serious hair loss, and she's a hairstylist, so that's not such a good thing. She's got her hair back. She had all kinds of emotional situations, a lot of hip issues as well. She's back to feeling young and strong and healthy. Jerry Wyndham, another friend of mine, not only down 12 pounds, but no more acid reflux and no more trembles as well. So there's things that are going on in our body that we don't know it when we're out of whack. Sherry Brookbank out of Nanaimo. Fibromyalgia, suffering less and less pain with fibromyalgia, lost 40 pounds. Congratulations. Colleen out of Nebraska, my friend here, lost all of this in 8 months. That was her transition. And it's not only about weight loss and other things going on. It's about getting your body well. Gwen had suffered from toe fungus for years. And after just 2-3 months of being on the drop, she's back to having healthy feet again. Penny was very, very sick after having colon cancer. She was in bed all the time. After 60 days on the drop, she's back to feeling healthy. Cheryl, oh my goodness, I saw Cheryl in Calgary around June 15th. I saw her, and then I just recently saw her in Vancouver Island and couldn't get over the difference on her transition. My good friend Barbara out of Maryland. Pat, my friend out of Mexico, huge transition, and she's got so much spunk and energy. She just makes me laugh all the time. Tiger Jizwinski, he was very sick. He was oxygen dependent, got on the drops, and now he's pumping weights. He's lost a whole bunch of weight, back into the gym. Charlene Gloucester, 78 years old. She had a bad fall. Her son wanted to take her out of her lakeside home, and she said, please, let me just stay here. I'll take my drops. So she went on the drops in 2 weeks. She's back staying in her house. Her son couldn't take her out. And now she's at Aquafit all the time, sending me pictures. Ashley, no longer suffering from night sweats, going through premenopause, right? So many people with menopause, night sweats, and hot flashes, no more. Her husband, Reese, he's my friend that recommended the MOA. He's lost 65 pounds. Jane Storch, she couldn't even clasp her hands because of inflammation in her hands. Lately, I just saw Jane in Victoria and she says, Risha, I have to leave your meeting early to buy a kayak before the guy sells it. The girl on the left was a couch potato. She's down 54 pounds. Now she's paddling around the lake. Wynne Smith out of Abbotsford, just a huge transition in what's happened for her as well. Cheryl Cook in her 70s, again, too, she was with us in Dallas at the recent convention and she was hopping along and keeping up with the rest of us. She's lost over 50 pounds, no more chronic cough. Nancy got really heavy, autoimmune disorder, all kinds of pills and things that made her not well. And now Nancy is into pickleball every day with her husband, Wayne, who's lost his basketball. Friend of mine, James Scott, I mentioned earlier, he's down 70 pounds. He was very anxious, very upset and angry all the time. Now he's joyous. He had an early onset of Parkinson's when he was 17. No more Parkinson's tremors. And thanks to MOA, he no longer wears his leg brace that he had to keep on for over 20 years. My husband, Mike, 30 pounds down, no more acid reflux, no more shakes, and no more sugar in his coffee. And that's 6 coffees a day. That was about 18 teaspoons of sugar, like way too much. Let's move on to our live testimonials. I'm really excited to share with you some people that are coming on board with us tonight. Linda Corscadden, she lives in Oliver, British Columbia, as well as Mazatlan, Mexico. She has an amazing story to share with us tonight. Linda, come on board. Unmute your mic.
There we go.
Hi.
Those are amazing testimonies. Holy.
I know. So Linda, so glad to have you on my call. Are you in Oliver now or are you in Mazatlan?
I am in Oliver right now. I'll be in Mazatlan by next Saturday.
I should have known by the painting behind you, right?
Yeah, yes.
That's more of a Canada winter painting or something there.
It absolutely is, yes.
So tell me, how did you get introduced to the drops?
I scrolling Facebook and I saw my friend Kim Anthis, who's on the call. She posted a testimony on her page and I was like, oh, here we go again. And I just messaged her and said, okay, tell me what the product is. So, and she told me all about it and okay, sign me up. So it was pretty easy.
All right. Okay. And what were you looking for to accomplish when you started the program?
A lot of things actually. I've got basically the easiest thing for me to say is the only thing that doesn't hurt is my eyeballs. I've had 2 bouts of cancer, 3 car accidents. I've had neck surgery, knee surgeries. I've had everything. I've got inflammation. I've got fibromyalgia, menopause, everything. And while I was going through chemo, of course, with all the steroids and chemo treatments and everything else, I gained weight. So basically, weight was a #1 thing for me because I need to lose weight because I need knee surgery again. But all the other benefits that I'm getting from the drops are mind-blowing. So I'm happy with that.
All right. So now let's fast forward. You've been on the drops for how long now?
It's 5 weeks. It'll be 6 weeks tomorrow.
Okay. So you're fairly new. Welcome to the drop family with us. So what have you experienced in the last 6 weeks?
Well, it's funny because I was again scrolling through and I saw on the Circle of Health someone had posted on there, does anyone have any experience with the drops and people that have lymphedema? And I was like, oh my God. And I literally started crying and I've got goosebumps right now. Because with my cancer, I've had lymphedema for 17 years in my left arm. And when I was reading that, I was like, holy moly, like I can actually put my left arm fully down. Before I couldn't. It's weird trying to explain it, but I always felt like I was a bodybuilder walking like this because I could never put my arm fully down on my side. And as you see, I'm right down. And that's the inflammation from my lymphedema. is gone. And I noticed that, I think, in the second week of being on the drops.
Amazing. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
And what else have you noticed? This is very
Um,
interesting.
so I'm down 6 pounds and 6 inches. I was on a road trip for 2 weeks, so it kind of slowed the progress of the weight. I didn't have my sugar stop yet. But I'm sleeping through the night before I would wake up around 2 or 3 in the morning every night. Now I'm sleeping right through until at least 6 or 7. No more night sweats, like the menopause sweats, as all women know. So that's gone. Inflammation in my hands and stuff, I just feel like they're not as tight. I can cross my legs, like sit cross-legged, which I wasn't able to before. So that's probably inflammation and weight loss. And just I feel lighter. I tried to explain it to my friend, and it's like I just feel, not weight-wise, but aura. I don't know what it is. I just feel lighter
Yeah.
in my body.
Wow. Well, just you wait 90 days, girl.
I know.
Because the full 90 days, you're going to get into such amazing balance. You're going to start jumping out of airplanes and climbing up waterfalls. It's amazing what starts to happen.
Oh, exactly. And the
Well,
cravings are gone too, which is amazing. I mean, I was never much of a sweet eater anyways, but I don't even think of it at all. So
yeah. Well, congratulations. So happy to talk to you, Linda. I really
thank
appreciate
you.
hearing your story.
Thank you.
Wow, just an amazing story. One after the other is so amazing. Wow, thank you so, so much. Now let's move on to Darlene Phibbs Johnson from Minden, Ontario. And I just want the slide to stay up for a moment here, but we can see a huge transition with you. Okay, Darlene, come on board and let us hear your story. Please unmute your mic. Is Darlene in the house with us tonight, Paula?
Yep, she is. Maybe let's just, I'll help her get unmuted. She's got her camera on. Oh, there we go.
There you
Hi,
are.
Darlene.
Hey, beautiful lady. How are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you? Good,
Good.
good.
Wow, look at the weight you've lost. You've even lost more since that picture, I think.
Yes, I have. Now we're into November. I got to get a new pickup.
Wow.
Oh,
So, Darlene, how did you get introduced to the drops?
well, I seen Paula posting it on Facebook, and I thought, huh, huh, I don't know. I've just done so many weight loss things, and you spend a fortune. And I thought, oh gosh, do I want to spend any more money? I don't know. Anyways, and then so I kind of let it go a little bit. And then I seen it again and I started to see all the testimonies and I thought, huh, well, that looks pretty good. So, anyways, I contacted, so Elsa is under Paula, and Elsa and I have been friends for years. She used to work at Cosmoprof where I used to teach in the beauty industry. So that's how I met Elsa. So I signed up and I never want to ever stop. I feel
Yeah,
so good. And, I think it was Linda that just spoke. She was talking about the aura. I know what you mean. I know it's like crazy. Just crazy the way you feel. I try to tell people and they kind of look at me. And then about 4 or 5 days later, they call and they say, oh my God, Darlene, I know what you mean. What is
yeah,
it? And I said, I don't know. It's those drops. They're amazing. But yeah, I've made it to officer, and I do have a goal of no, December 15th for senior officer. So we'll see. I've hit all my
congratulations.
goals so far. But yeah, I love it, and I'm down 60 pounds and feel fabulous. And I have
60
15
pounds
more,
in what length of time, Darlene?
6 months.
Congratulations. Wow, what an
Thank you.
amazing transition. And 6 months are going to come by anyway. Why not get into that body that you're loving again, right?
Exactly. Yes,
Oh.
exactly.
And what about
Yes.
non-scale wins? What have you noticed aside from the amazing weight loss? You talked about your better energy and feeling so great.
Oh, the energy is contagious. I've even got my husband doing stuff now, and he's on the drops, and he loves them too. I said, "Oh, maybe you should do a testimony," and he goes, "No, no,
Not yet.
that's for you."
We'll get him.
But my daughter's seen him today, and she hasn't seen him for maybe like probably a month. And she says, "Oh, Dad, you look like you've lost weight." And you could just see him. I looked over at him, and he's, "Do you think so?" Like he's just so into. He wants to really lose his belly. He's got that man belly. So and it's going.
Good.
Thanks to the drops and Advantage. He's faithfully at taking them as well.
Advantage is amazing. Well,
Yes.
Darlene, thank you so much. I want to have you back as our special guest with your celebration at officer, and soon we're celebrating you as senior officer, and I'd like to have you back as my special guest real soon, okay?
I would love that.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much for your testimony tonight.
All right. No problem.
Wow, amazing. Yeah, look at she's a lot more weight since that after picture. You're gonna have to take new pictures there, Darlene. Wow.
Yes.
So so folks, let's make a decision. Set yourself up for victory because the 6 months is going to go by, 1 year is going to go by, hopefully, right? And we're going to see our next birthday. And I would have never thought that I'd be celebrating my 67th birthday in size 8, because just a couple of years ago I celebrated my 65th birthday in size 18. So it could happen that quick for you. Believe you can, and you're halfway there. How do you get the drops? We love our retail customers, but why would you want to pay retail when you could pay wholesale? Before I start with the next part of the program, do we have any Americans in the room with us? Paula, what's the chat line? Let me know. Please say USA in the chat line. And if we do, I'll cover the US slides. If not, I'll focus on the Canadian slides.
Yeah, I don't see any USA.
Okay, we're going to jump.
Is there anybody from the USA? No, I don't think so.
Okay, I'm going to jump right into the Canadian slides then. So you're able to open your own virtual business for $37.95. But let's say you just want to buy the product as wholesale. You can do that too for the same $37.95 one-time lifetime membership. But should someone say to you, like they just said to Darlene, "Boy, you're looking good. What are you doing?" We like to share. We're human beings. We like to express helping others all the time. So why not be all set up for PartnerCo to send you some beach money checks? Anybody opposed to that? I don't think so. But first, I want to bring this home to reality here, because I'm seeing this more and more. If you're dependent on your hand, your thumb, your wrist, your elbow, your shoulders to make your living, how would you manage if something happened? This last summer, there were so many horrible fires. People were eradicated from their homes. Many people lost their homes. How would you manage? If you had a grandchild or your own child or an elder parent that was sick and they needed you for the last 6 weeks, how would you manage? Would you be able to still get your paycheck from your boss? What if it went on to 6 months? How would you manage? Or recently, what happened this summer, Atlantic Canada shut down the backcountry. What if you were a kayak tour operator and you were no longer able to take your tours into the backcountry? I was recently in Guadalajara, and for 20 kilometers, all the businesses on the service roads, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them, were closed as the construction was building for a new LRT train from the airport to downtown. How would you manage if that was your business or where you worked? Or, hey, AI is getting pretty good these days. It's taking over so many aspects of the workforce. How would you manage if you got that layoff slip because AI took over your job? Or how would you manage if sadly you had a serious loss, someone that you truly loved, maybe the main breadwinner in your family left you all too early, or even if you lost a child? We can't function. We're in grief, right? 3 years, 2, 3 years of grieving. would you be able to manage? Having a plan B today is no longer a nicety. When I was a kid, a plan B was putting the kids in the station wagon and going down to Disneyland. And that's why we all had paper route jobs and that sort of thing. Well, today that plan B is a necessity. And this is a great quote by Ricia Adair with the help of AI. Identify what the market needs, take ownership of it, and move faster than anybody else. And that's what Partner Co. and our flagship product, the Drops, is all about. I'm going to share with you some income ability. It all depends on your individual passion and desires, but we can easily turn drops into profits. So first of all, as a brand partner, you're going to get 30% off the retail pricing. So in turn, you could offer the products to anyone at a 30% margin. In Canada, one of the good values to look at is to activate your business is a 4-pack. It's $500. That makes to be about $125 a box, right? A lot better than the $236 at retail. And you could profit $216 and get your box free. And we have such a simple system that we post. We teach it to you. It's so easy. If you can copy and paste, you will sell those 3 boxes in such a quick period of time. It's amazing. There's an international market waiting for you. Again, the board system that we have is as easy as copy and paste, plug and play. When I posted Rick and Crystal's picture, they had lost 210 pounds. The comments came rolling in. We'd love to see you get to your ideal goal of top pay, ultimate, in 30 days. As an ultimate top pay brand partner, you will be earning $2,106 in retail profits. And this just keeps happening. Many, many people have gotten to ultimate in less than 30 days, and they just keep being able to continue with those profits. If you got to ultimate in 30 days or less, will you please put ultimate in the chat so our guests can see how many people have actually accomplished that goal? So first thing, what you need to do is activate your position with 200 points so you're eligible to receive commissions. So just to review, a 4-pack in Canada is a pack that can activate your business. And when Mary comes along from Wisconsin and says, I would like a link, can you send me a link so I could buy your product? Instantly you send a link and you're able to get paid. I'm going to encourage you to put Renew into your shopping cart. It just lends so well. It marries up with the drops, lower cortisol levels, have that better sleep. It's a great product. In Canada, we have several different packages. The person who invited you can go over the packages, but when we have packs, there's always some free product involved, so it's always the best value. But again, the drops sell so well from our Facebook program. So you can get your 3 times 10 packs for $35.70 and make profit of $21.43. $2,100, guys. That's going to help with Christmas money, right? And you get yours for free. We were named the #1 most lucrative compensation plan in the world. And it's true. We are paid in so many different ways. I'm going to encourage you to sell or buy 100 points of product every month so you stay qualified for your commissions. You want to do that. We also get paid lifestyle credits that sends us on these beautiful exotic destinations. So you want to stay qualified for those trips as well. Again, you're going to make 30% in retail profits. But Mary's going to come along and say, you know what? I don't want to be a retail customer. I want to sign up as a brand partner. I'm going to buy 1,000 points of products. I'm going to buy, let's say she bought 10 cases of boxes or something. And if you were activated with the 4-pack, you would make 15% or $150 on her 1,000 points. If you were an ultimate, you would make double the money. You would make $300 on that very same transaction. And that's why we encourage you to get to ultimate, which is called our top pay. Once you get to that status, you're there for a lifetime. You never have to requalify. And also what it does with our very rich compensation plan, you can sponsor Mary. Henry might be in Toronto. Sally's your sister in Vancouver. And you may have Georgia in Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan. You can open up to 5 legs being an ultimate, lock in those 30% commissions, and also unlock the matching bonuses that I'm going to talk to you about. So again, the ultimate pack is 30 boxes for $35.70. Now, as Mary goes out, Sally goes out and starts to talk to people, they are going to connect, and those people are going to want to purchase boxes and purchase more products. Well, you're going to earn base commissions, 15% commission on all of your lines or entities combined, except for the largest one. So this is huge because every week people have their monthly subscriptions come through. Every week they're signing up new people that want to go ultimate, that buy 30 boxes at a time. How about you getting paid, waking up in the morning and finding your base commission is several $100s more than it was last night when you went to sleep. And that's how it works for us. When you are paid $250 US or more in base commissions in any given Friday, that's right, we do get paid every Friday, you will earn an extra 15% that they put aside into a savings bonus for you. In your back office, you'll see the wheel move as you accomplish more and more towards your sale bonus. And voila, you get a phone call from the company, you get a check deposited. We have Canadians on the call with us tonight. That lands in your bank account at about $14,000. Last PXP in Orlando, there was 10 families that celebrated the $10,000 bonus. This year, there were 28. There's me in the center. Several people on board that have celebrated getting that $10,000 bonus. I've unlocked mine in 14 months, and I'm going to say hello to Africa on an African safari and stopping in Paris. I want you to write in the chat if 14,000, close to 14,000 landed in your mailbox. What would you do? What would be your dream to spend that 14,000? Put it in the chat now. The power of the matching bonus, when you get to Ultimate, you also accomplish what is called gold status. Mary, your personal brand partner that you refer to the service or to the program, when she gets paid her base commissions, in addition, Partner Co is going to pay you 15% of what she earned. And as she talked to her sister, Lori, you're going to earn 10% of Lori's base commissions. And as Lori talked to her daughter, Jamie, you're going to earn 5%. And it goes to 7 generations in that line. You also have Sally in Vancouver, and you also have Henry in Toronto. I have seen matching bonus checks add up to more in a week for a person's mortgage payment. It's a very, very, very powerful part of our program. And we're going to wrap up here. I want to bring up my last guest speaker. Build your business to fund your fun. We get paid lifestyle credits in everything we do. When we sponsor new customers, new brand partners, our monthly subscription, everything pays us in lifestyle credits. This happy bunch went to Tahiti in April 24. Another happy bunch went to the Bahamas in July. And there's us that went to Punta Cana in April. There's a bunch in the lower left, all the Canadians that qualified, and most of us were only in the business for about 6 months when we got notice that we qualified. Another group went to Bali, and the upcoming trip is in Maui. So if you're qualified to go to Maui, put me Maui, and if you'd like to go to Maui, put me wants Maui in the chat, okay? Having some fun with that. But the company pays for such beautiful, beautiful vacations for us. I now want to bring up our special guest speaker, KIM MACDERMOTT. She's a professional hair care stylist. She's an officer with our company. She got there very, very quickly. She is an all-star athlete, you name it, whether it be golf or all kinds of things. This lady is doing it. She's a grandmother. She's absolutely amazing. And not only that, I want to share with you, look at this picture. This is a very sexy picture. KIM MACDERMOTT, I want to bring you on board right now and celebrate with you your success. Let's hear your story, Kim.
Thank you, Ricia, for having me tonight. I really appreciate all you do, and Paula as well. Last July, I saw a post of a friend who I know that he's usually dabbling in something, and I thought, but I kept watching all the before and after pictures, and so I reached out and I grabbed a box off him. But I also took this product to a friend of mine who's a European doctor in Burlington, who owns a Biogamma clinic, and she looked it over, and her words back to me were, "This is the missing link, both for men and women." And I said, okay, it's not hocus pocus, any of that stuff. She said, nope, this is the real deal. And because of my activity level, and literally I do play pickleball 2 or 3 times a week. In the summer, I golf 3 times a week. Winter's here now. I play hockey twice a week and pickleball 3 times a week. Why was I not losing weight? I'm not a junk eater, but you know, I'm about 90% pretty good most of the time. And so I jumped on the drops. Well, the first week I lost 6 pounds, and within 10 weeks I was down 25 pounds.
Wow.
And I was kind of like shocked at that because so I kind of just sort of stayed there for a little bit, but then I lost the other 5 pounds before Christmas, which is that picture you saw me in. So I've lost 30 pounds, but then my goal was to keep the 30 pounds off for a year, which I have now just come up to September, and the 30 pounds is off. I would like to lose another 10 pounds, and I'm still just as active doing exactly the same thing and eating exactly the same. So I was quite impressed just how easy it was and how much better I felt, even though I do sleep really well. I have no problem. My friends just, it drives them nuts how I can put my head down and I'm out, because that's just who I am. I think I'm exhausted, that's why. So yeah, that's how I lost my weight very like within 10 weeks. It was like incredible.
Fantastic. And you made a very good point because of your athletic experiences and so on, and your various oh, I'm losing my words, that you're so involved
Yes.
that really you should have been losing weight. Hockey is a very high energy sport, right? Very, and
Absolutely.
pickleball and all those things that you do. And when you're golfing, you're walking easy 10 kilometers in any golf game, round of golf, right? And
Yeah.
here you are, and you're not losing the weight, but you look so young as well. I want to say that, Kim, you look like you've aged backwards.
Well, you know, it's something because I'm looking at the pictures and I'm looking at my skin. And when I started the drops, we didn't have Advantage. That didn't come out until February. So then I started on the Advantage, and that kept that waist going in instead of having that square up and down female chubbier square body. It made the waist go in. So I really embraced Advantage on a regular basis. And then the skin, I've been on the Glow Everglow now for 2 months, and I'm actually starting to see a big difference. Just I did take the vanilla. That was one thing somebody highly suggested right off, because I didn't want everything on the skin to go south. I wanted to be able to maintain that. And you know, and I do get complimented a lot on my skin. And my doctor recently did some blood work because he wanted me to take a shot for something, and I ended up with shingles, is what had happened. I fought that, believe it or not. When I got it, I thought I had a bug bite. I dabbed the noni and the limu on it on Saturday, Sunday, got to the doctor on Tuesday. He couldn't believe it had already healed. By the weekend, I had nothing. And he wanted to give me the shingle shot. And I said, no, I personally do not want it. Then he looked at the computer and looked back at me. He said, you're going to be 65? You're in really great shape. And he said, you know, the shingle shot is free then. I said, I still don't want it. I don't care if I'm going to be 65 or not. So it was quite impressed that I felt quite complimented when my doctor was shocked that I was going to be turning 65.
Absolutely. That's it. Yeah. And that's what we need to keep showing to doctors, to say, hey, listen, you know, these are making us well, right? It's all about wellness. So, okay, so now with you being on the drops and all these products, and as you continue with your active sport life, do you find that you're a better athlete?
I am a better athlete in the sense of my agility in pickleball my game is improving remarkably. Hockey, I never started sports till I was 35. So, and you know, my husband made a very nice compliment. He used to always say, you're not great at anything, but you're good at everything. Well, he's changed those words, and he did it after coming to the first event ever in anything I've ever done, and saw Reese's testimonial, and he identified with Reese's whole story. And he said to me after, he said, you know, Kim, he said, fundamentally, you're good at everything. And with hockey, I'm positional, I'm playing, and actually next weekend, keep posted on my Facebook, because I'm in a tournament and I think I'm playing 7 games from Friday to Sunday.
Holy cadoodle, and you're 65.
I can't believe they handed that schedule out to us. So he said, "Are you good playing 2 games Friday night?" And I thought, Friday night, that's the night to wind down, not wind up. So yeah, I've got a game at 7:30 and 9 o'clock. And my golf game has become great. My hockey, we'll see next weekend. I'll answer that question after Sunday night.
I need to hear about this tournament. Oh my goodness. And so I'm going to move away here because obviously you're
Yes.
feeling so great. You're aging backwards and you just look absolutely amazing. I saw you recently in Dallas and you just look so vibrant and filled with youth. So you're a busy hairstylist. You own your own salon, do you not?
I do. I have a hair salon in my home that I've had there for 33 years now. And I know
Okay.
Paula and Elsa we're going back, add a couple more years onto that 30, because I've been in the industry almost 49 years.
And so how do you fit into being so successful with Partner Co? How is it that you're sharing these products so well with people?
Well, I always think of this business as in 3 different umbrellas. I do have retail on my shelf because let's face it, I've got a captivated audience in my chair. So I sell retail out of the salon. And I also try to make sure I get customers online so that they become preferred customers. So then I know in my head I've got weekly income coming in. And then the third is obviously signing up brand partners. I am not a big influencer. I didn't have any big team. I've done this one at a time, talking to one person at a time. I haven't had really personally a lot of time to do drop talks. So I just make sure that I'm putting it out and reaching out to every individual I know one at a time. And then I work with them. I get them on the program. I do the onboarding one at a time.
We owe it to people. It really changes people's lives. We really owe it to people to open our mouths and just say something. And then
Exactly.
let them have the information and they can make the decision whether they want to go forward or not, right?
And they'll come to you at some point. It's surprising who's watching you. You don't know who's watching you, and you don't know how long they've been watching you for.
I know. I got over 2,000 views on my birthday video in my little pink bathing suit on La Manzanilla Beach. It's like, wow, people are watching. It's crazy. Kim, I want to say congratulations on your success. You are so amazing, and I applaud you. And I got to hear about these 7 games in a hockey weekend. Oh my God, girl. So thank you again, and congratulations on your success. I'm really, really excited to know you.
And it's been a pleasure to be able to call you my friend. Thank you.
Thank you. Wow, Maisie, look at that picture. She looks like she's in her 40s. What a rock star. So do you know when you go to your work tomorrow, when you go to that family barbecue, the Christmas parties, everybody there has all of this. They have 3 to 5, 5 to 7, 7 to 10 symptoms, just like we all have. Unless you're going to a grade 4 or kindergarten party, we all have them. We all have them, and people need help. We have over 100 products in 7 multi-billion-dollar industries. We've sold over 1 million bottles of the drops over the last 14 years. We're available in 50 global markets, 172 million bottles of Tahitian noni. Best compensation plan. We've won so many awards already. So it's the best company. I'm going to mention too that we have become the tightest, most beautiful, loving, friendly community that I've ever met. And it is a hug fest when you go to these events because we all just love each other. And we all have this abundance mentality that there's so much prosperity. Everybody in the world needs to know about our amazing products. Are you a 1 that you say, yes, I want to buy the drops, I'm prepared to buy retail? Or how about 2, the person that says, I'd like to get some discounts. I'll be a brand partner, wholesale customer, so I can save some money. So put that in the chat if you might be a 2. How about the 3s that want to get on this health and wealth train and ride? Are you a 3 that would like to make some extra beach money, $200 a week, $300 a week? Or what about those that want to make the weekly checks with commas in it and get on the health and wealth train and ride it big all the way to destination prosperity? Are you the one that wants to be in Maui with us? Are you the one that wants to take this to a whole other level and help us become that billion-dollar company? Put a 4 in the chat. You've heard Kim's story. You've heard Darlene's story. You've heard Linda's story, and you've heard my story. How will it be when I interview you 1 year from now? What will you be telling me? And I hope you're going to be telling me that, Ricia, I went to Maui and I loved it. An ancient African proverb, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. If you want to go fast and far, go with Partner Co, says Darren Zobus, our founder. We really are living the dream. I would have never in a million years have recognized my financial situation today, as I was so broke when I started this in April 2024. And I want to say this last 2 weeks, we have spent about $5,000 from the damage from the storms that came in over the summer, all the salitre, the damage, the paint, pool repairs, so many things that needed to be done. And we're also hosting a beautiful party on Saturday. And it doesn't matter. We're not sparing any expense because we can. And thanks to this company, I'm so grateful. Enrolling is easy. It takes as little as 5 minutes. We have a very great call lineup coming up. We've got next Tuesday, November 11th at 7 p.m. And the next Thursday that will be at the same time at 5 p.m. Pacific is on November 20th. I want to say thank you so much to our guest, Linda Corscadden, for sharing with us your amazing story. Thank you, Darlene Phibbs, for sharing your testimony with us, and especially KIM MACDERMOTT, our special guest. Thank you so very much for being here for us. Our brand partners that support the call, I always love seeing your smiling face. And thank you to my co-host, Paula Snow. But most importantly, I want to say thanks to the guest. It's because of you that we're here tonight to share these amazing products and to be able to answer your questions. I'm going to stop the recording, and if anybody wants to hang out with questions, Kim and Linda and Darlene, if you guys want to hang out, then we can answer the questions. Here we go.